Hey everyone, Matt here from Doc's Running, and today we're going to do a full review of the Puma Deviate Nitro 3. So this is Puma's carbon-plated training shoe. Now in its third iteration, it's had a lot of changes from version 2. Smoother ride, very different fit, different foam compound from what I understand. Please correct me if I'm wrong on that. I've really enjoyed miles on it. I've got 30 miles on my pair, so what I want to do is talk to you about, hey, is this a shoe you should be interested in? And if it is it gonna fit you well? So let's talk about this and first talk about specs. Men's size 9, women's size 10.5, which they gave us unisex sizing, is 265 grams or about 9.3 ounces. There's a much taller stack height with 39 millimeters in the heel, 29 in the forefoot for a now 10 millimeter drop, which is noticeable. New foam underfoot, not new, but Nitro foam. They didn't mention anything about having Nitro Elite foam, but there's still a softer layer of foam underfoot. It doesn't feel as fast as the prior version in terms of the snappiness, and that's because there's a little bit more forefoot rocker up here and a little toe spring that makes it a lot smoother. So previous versions, the plate was super noticeable and was really stiff, but actually felt good for running faster. This one is much smoother, really nice toe up, fairly good heel bevel. It's not as biased as it was as previously, but there is still a little more lateral flare. So if you are a little sensitive to medial motion, this is not going to be a shoe for you, and we'll talk about that in a second. But fairly smooth transition that works at a variety of paces. If you're doing daily runs and you like a plated shoe, this is going to be fine. If you want an up-tempo trainer, this can also handle those efforts. I've done a fartlek, I've done an uphill tempo, and a tempo run in this shoe, and it's been totally fine. Not the fastest shoe, so it doesn't feel like it can go in that extra gear that lighter shoes and super shoes can go into, but it's still good for a variety of training type efforts, and it's been really great for that. The stability, though, isn't quite there. The midfoot is very, very narrow, so those that need any midfoot stability, you're going to fall right off the edge. I was able to use this for some longer efforts, up to 10 miles, which is longer for me right now, and I did find myself fatigued by them. But if you got neutral mechanics, this shoe is going to work well for you. You're not going to run into problems, but if you have some stability needs, this is probably not going to be the best shoe for you. But outside of that, good, comfortable ride for, again, normal and up-tempo efforts. The upper is really different. While there was a little more room in the last version, this knit upper does give you some stretch, but it fits snug and lower volume. There is, like I said, a little stretch, but those with more narrow feet or normal width feet wanting a little more secure fit is going to do best in this shoe. I didn't have to lace lock this at all. Tongue is really nice and gusseted, so security is really great. Heel is which I really loved, and Puma typically does fairly well. Very flexible heel counter. There is still one that's stiffest back here, but it's very flexible. So those people with Achilles or insertional Achilles stuff, or maybe some Haglund stuff, this is actually going to be a shoe that might work for you if you want a plated trainer, which that's what it comes down to. So again, a interesting update. A lot of big changes, little less stable, more comfortable and easier efforts, still can do some up-tempo stuff. And honestly, if you find shoes like the Deviate Nitro Elite too aggressive, this might still be a good alternative for you that's also like almost $100 cheaper for those that could use for longer races. For shorter stuff, I wouldn't use that. But for those interested in those marathon type efforts, and maybe you don't want the most aggressive shoe, but you still want that sniffness, this might be a shoe that would work for you. So if you've tried this shoe, let me know in the comments below. Do you agree or disagree with me? As always, hope this helps, and we appreciate you watching.